Hey guys, it's Motivation Monday and it's really late, but I'm getting my video in this week because last week I forgot and I really didn't like that. And I have been so busy today. I have my part-time job that I still work at, and it's the end of the year, so there's a lot of things going on in that respect. And my kids need me, and if you saw my picture yesterday, they're trying to potty train together at the same time. And Mondays are the days where Robert doesn't come home in the evenings because he's on his way to Roanoke to do his middle school boys e-group. So Mondays are always really crazy for me because it's just the start of a new week, and Robert doesn't come home in the evenings to help with the kids. And to be honest, the kids took a late nap today. They went down at 3 and it's 7 and they're still in the rooms, but I hear them walking around up there. So that's why this video is going to be short, and you're going to be thinking, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Why are you letting your kids sleep from 3 to 7 knowing they have to go to bed in like an hour? I don't know. It's just been a crazy day. That's what it looks like. But something that has been on my mind lately is progress and pace. And I've already talked about pace before in a different video, but I was thinking about my health and fitness goals, my business that I'm growing, goals that we have for my family. And I am so impatient. I am not a patient person. I like things to be done. Like once I know that something has to be done, I want to map out a plan, get it done, get it off the list. I don't want to drag it out. I don't want to wait on other people to do their part so I can do mine. I hated group projects as a kid when I was in school. I always offered to take on everything so that way I can just get it done and know that it's done, right. Like if I'm doing it, it'll be done. It'll be done to, my level of expectation. So when things aren't going right, I feel totally out of control and anxious and wondering, like, what can I do to make it better? What am I doing wrong? Like, I'm always constantly evaluating. It's like a really crazy battle that goes on in my mind. But I was thinking, for an impatient person like me, time can be so painful because you're just waiting for something to happen or something to change. And I was thinking about all the little timelines in my life, like my marriage. My marriage is almost 7 years old. My oldest child is almost 4. My youngest child is almost 2. I've been living in Virginia for a year. I lived in Georgia for 5 years. I'm 30. My lifetime is 30 years old right now. And I was thinking about how we measure all these significant things in our life. And, I would not expect my 7-year-old marriage to have the width and depth of experience as my 30-year-old life or my 4-year-old son. You always have to keep things in perspective. Like when you're thinking progress and obtaining goals, we always want something now. And then, we get frustrated when it's not there yet. But think about some of the most important things that you are personally invested in. It could be a relationship, a career, maybe time spent at a nonprofit or your church, a relationship you have with your parents or siblings. Just some of the examples I gave you in my own life, my kids, my marriage, all of that. And what are your expectations? How do you measure your timeline? Do you expect something that a 50-year-old marriage would accomplish in your 10-year-old marriage? Or something that someone else's, 5-year-old child is doing next to your 3-year-old child? And then I'm thinking about, like, right now, my health and fitness goals. I've only been working at this for about 3.5 months. And I can't get discouraged if I'm not at my goal yet. Some people work 6 months. Some people work a year. Some people work really hard to reach their health and fitness goals. And, it's always a lifestyle change. It's something you're constantly working on, because the minute you stop working on it is the minute you stop caring. And then, even with your marriage, you don't get married and then it just maintains itself. You're always evaluating, you're always working on it, you're always making it better. Sometimes it's not that there's a problem, you just want to make it better. So I was just trying to think of all this in relation to all the things in my life, and no ruler, no yardstick will measure the same way against different things in your life. But for some, if you're like me and you're impatient and you think a lot and your brain is constantly, screeching its wheels, just keep that in mind, that it takes time to get where you want to go, and it's just about moving forward. Just stop giving up, stop quitting. Don't just stand there and, like, sometimes I'll be so up in the air, like I don't know what to do. And so I don't take action because I just don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, I can't do this until XYZ happens. And because that hasn't happened, then this won't happen over here, and that affects that and affects that. I want all my little ducks lined up in a row, and I want to have complete control, and I want to do it my way. And that's completely not what God even says in his Bible. We're supposed to trust on him, lean on him, acknowledge him in all our ways, and he makes our path straight. Even tells us not to worry, don't have anxiety, because each day has enough trouble of its own, and he always provides and he always cares for us. And part of what I shared today earlier in my post is my word for the year 2016 is freedom. And financial freedom is one thing that Robert and I are really pursuing, but I also feel like I have mental bondage. I have thought processes, mental patterns, behaviors, subconscious even, that they put me into a form of bondage because I'm slave to these patterns that I've conformed to. And there's no reason to conform to them. There's nobody telling me I have to. I just put these expectations on myself and on my timelines. And, I just wanted to encourage you to, if that's you as well, to really think about it and to seek God's word and see what he has to say about it. And, break free from that and move forward, and don't worry so much about timelines. Just keep moving towards your goals. So this is getting long. I'm going to end it and go wake up my kids so that way they can go back to bed in like an hour. All right, bye guys.